welcome to Beaconville on the campus of the University of Massachusetts Boston. Tonight, ASPN HD brings you production of the 24th annual Mayor's Cup Hockey Tournament between Hyde Park and Dorchester. Along with Alan Siegel, I am John Skudras, excited to bring you the premier junior hockey tournament in the Boston area here in 2019. Alan, as we get set for what should be an outstanding matchup, we've seen these Mayor's Cup tournaments over the last couple of years, and every season, the hockey just gets better and better.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, these teams started their hockey seasons back in September. We're right in the thick of the winter season right here now, and these teams are mid-season form right now. And, of course, it also helps that these games are played at great venues across the Boston area. I mean, we're so lucky to have all these great college towns, college teams here between Boston University, Boston College, UMass Boston, Warrior Ice Arena. So these players have, it's awesome for them to be playing at college level, high intensity buildings and venues across the Boston area.
Absolutely, and of course Clark Athletic Center, the home of tonight's action, is certainly an arena that has an illustrious past. UMass Boston having reached the Frozen Four of the D3 hockey tournament just 4 years ago, always competitors at the top levels of the New England Hockey Conference in D3 collegiate hockey. Meanwhile, it of course is so close to Dorchester that this might be a de facto home game for the Dorchester Pee Wee Club as they take on Hyde Park. We've spoken to those who are familiar with the teams and expect a lot of Dorchester fans in the building tonight. That might seriously impact some of these younger players in Hyde Park and their ability to play on the road.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, the schedule comes out, you play where you play, and that's what it is. But, yeah, it's a little advantage for Dorchester because, UMass Boston is right here in Dorchester. So maybe it's, an extra added incentive for some of the local fans to come out. It's right here in their own backyard, so maybe they will get that extra kick in the pants from the home crowd for Dorchester. You never know.
We'll see what happens. That's why they play the games. We, of course, want to thank our sponsors this evening, Boston Mayor Martin J. Walsh, P&G Gillette, the Boston Bruins Foundation, and, of course, the University of Massachusetts Boston for allowing us to hold the festivities here on Beaconville this evening. Again, this is an ASPN HD production in association with the Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast, and we're excited to bring you all the action of this, the 24th annual Mayor's Cup Hockey Tournament, coming up next right here on ASPN HD.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back to Clark Athletic Center's Edward T. Berry Ice Rink for the 24th annual Mayor's Cup Hockey Tournament, brought to you by Boston Parks and Recreation. Along with Alan Siegel, I'm John Skudras. We are just about set for the PWA Championship opening face-off between the Hyde Park Eagles in maroon and gold and the Dorchester Chiefs, the home team, just right up the road in Dorchester, Massachusetts from UMass Boston in their blue and red. The opening face-off won by the Chiefs, and we are underway as this one's dumped all the way down by Dorchester's Tim Ryan. Chased down and swatted around the end boards by Michael Remus. And from the far side boards, it's siphoned out to the blue line, and a 2-on-1 developing perhaps here for the Eagles. Coming on in all the way, a chance for a shot, and a good save made by by Charlie George, the netminder for Dorchester. On the break there, it was number 11, Caden Brown.
Yeah, first play, a defensive miscue right there at the blue line. Tried to keep the puck in the offensive zone with his foot, lost it, and Hyde Park came out with a 2-on-1 break and a great save by George.
Nice deke to get out of the zone by Nolan Stock, number 3 in blue. He gets poke checked at the red line. Puck siphoned back towards the Dorchester zone, then intercepted. Another chance now for Brown. Tried to drop that one back on the poke check, and then diving out of his crease to cover it up is the netminder George. And we will get a face-off and some line changes. 11:55 to go here in the first.
Yeah, already two odd man rushes for Hyde Park, 2-on-1s right there, and Dorchester got to be a little bit smart defensively to eliminate those early in this hockey game.
Face-off won by the Chiefs. Moved out of harm's way and into neutral ice as Hobbs was trying to connect with Carlson at the red line. It's intercepted and motored back into the attacking zone by James Carty. Carty tried to siphon that one through the far side circle. It's poked back out towards the far side boards and poked back deeper. McKenna is the one who lost possession there for Hyde Park, setting up a chance for the Chiefs as Hobbs is able to receive the pass. Ryan Hobbs takes the shot from the near side dot, and the first save of the night made by Liam Sullivan, the goaltender for the Eagles.
Great offensive opportunity for the Chiefs. Good passing, 3 crisp passes, bringing the puck into the offensive zone, and a great wrist shot, and another great save for Hyde Park's goaltender Sullivan.
Face off in the attacking zone, won by the Chiefs. Poke check deep into the zone by Hobbs. Behind the net it comes. Brendan Hobbs, the brother of Ryan, had possession. Poke checks it away and then tries to wheel it towards the front of the net where his brother was waiting. Instead, it's cleared all the way down smartly by Hyde Park. And the one doing the honors there, Liam Russell. This is icing on the Eagles, and so puck possession coming back the other way. We will play 3 periods of 13 minutes and a running clock here in the 2019 Mayor's Cup. If the game is within 3 goals in the final 3 minutes of the third, it will move to a stop clock at each whistle. And if we do go to overtime, it'll be sudden death for 5 minutes followed by a shootout if no goals occur. Ensuing face-off off the icing, won by the Eagles. Backhanded out towards the blue line, but kept in initially. Poke check back towards Hyde Park, where Michael Rimis takes it all the way in and dumps it down. No icing here. Chasing this one down is Patrick Jackson, number 75 in blue. Collision behind the net, no whistles. Comes back far side to be taken in by Finn Raftery, a familiar face from last year. A couple of players for both sides colliding and going down to the ice. And the towering Ronan Carlson, number 63, a man among boys, out on the ice right now. And now we will get a whistle. That's actually Brendan Dacey, number 53, not 63, who is the big one out on the ice. Carlson's on the bench, but also a towering figure. And Alan, when you look at the first couple of minutes of this one, as we expected, a couple of chances for each side, kind of feeling each other out here early.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Hyde Park has the edge territorially, and a couple of shots for them versus one for Dorchester, but so far, no goals.
Here's a chance for Ryan off the turn over at center ice. Finds Raftery, but Raftery overskates the puck. Another chance as that blast was taken again by Ryan after he regained possession. Backhanded in front by Raftery, but off the side of the net and wide. And then this one sent all the way down. They're going to say it was deflected by one of the defenders, that being Dacey, and so no icing. Back out at the blue line. Nice deep to get around into neutral ice by Stock. Stock connecting with Dacey. 3-on-0. Dacey's shot. Great save with the waffle board as denying the netminder there, Sullivan.
Great save. Great opportunity for Dorchester. Had the 3-on-0, actually a 3-on-1. And Dacey had a lot more time and space. He could have really skated in and got a better shot. Instead, it looked like he rushed a shot from far out. I think he didn't realize he had all that space in front of him.
Yeah, 2 teammates as well. Obviously, this being junior hockey and at the Pee-wee level as well, this is more of a inexperienced crop of players as Gracie almost intercept that one, poke checked it forward, and then backhanded towards the friendly side of ice by Michael McElmoyle. And then behind the net, it comes off the glove of the netminder, that being George. Kept in at the blue line by McElmoyle and sent off the stick of number 8, Michael Rimis, behind the net. Near sideboards as this one's siphoned out towards the blue line. Rimis keeps it in with a little help from Noah Gilbreth. Behind the net it comes, where it's caught up to and motioned forward by the Chiefs. They'll try to get it out of harm's way. They cannot initially, and still kept in the attacking zone for the Eagles. Good play with the stick by Gilbreth as he sends this one back behind the net. 7 minutes to go here in the first period of this, the Pee-wee A championship of the 2018 Mayor's Cup. Hyde Park continuing to apply pressure. The Chiefs had a couple opportunities, but it's been the Eagles flying high early despite no score, as that one is backhanded out of the net mouth smartly on a good effort by James Gracia. Shot from the point there, blocked down in front of the net. And to the far side it comes, where it's dumped deeper in by McElmoyle into the corner, now onto the end board. Siphoned in front on a good feed, as waiting in front for an opportunity was one of the Hyde Park wingers, and a check late is going to earn a penalty here for the Chiefs. Not a smart play after the whistle, Allen.
Yeah, not a smart play at all. Great play by George to cover up the puck. You want to talk about zone time, attacking zone time. Hyde Park had it for at least a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and George covered up the puck on the centering pass, and then just an inadvertent play by the Dorchester player to take an inadvertent penalty.
And that's James Gracia, the son of the coach Ed Gracia, and Coach Gracia talking to his son in the penalty box after, and I'm sure has a few words to say to him about how unwise that move was. So now a 2-minute power play here early on. Great save by George to deny a tough angle shot from the far side post. That blast came in from Thomas Cerro. Kept in the zone, but then the Chiefs shorthanded, looking for action the other way. Can Stock outrace the defender? He cannot, as Thomas Temple got there first to at least poke it away, and then a late poke check from Dorchester on the netminder Sullivan, and that's not going to gain any friends here between these two squads.
Yeah, no question about the puck was loose. I could see it there. You know, the puck was kind of sitting there, and it was a smart play by Dorchester. I think it was a quick whistle by the referee.
And now a 3-on-0 potentially developing. Out in front of the defense, but just offsides ahead of the defense, as the Eagles of Hyde Park had an opportunity for a break, as that was James Tucker who took the pass but just beat the puck over the blue line.
Yeah, the referee was right there too, looking at it, eagle eye right there, and good call by the referee there.
A lot of chances here for the Eagles, nothing to show for it, as Stock shorthanded, won the faceoff again, took it all the way back behind the net, and they'll kill off a precipitous amount of time off of this 2-minute minor to Gracia. From their own zone, the Eagles trying to take advantage of the early power play. That one's dumped all the way in, now kept at the blue line and moved forward by Liam Russell. Russell takes the shot from the far side dot. Good save by George. Puck sitting on a tee in front of the net. Kept back out to the point of blast. That one blocked down in front of rebound chance as Russell sends this one whistling wide on the near side. Breaking out here is Stock out of the sin bin. Gracia. Stock collides with the defender, that being Thomas Temple. Gracia out of the sin bin. And behind the net he comes. From the far side corner, the Chiefs led there by Nolan Stock. Gracia sends it in front of the net, trying to connect with one of his partners in crime, that being Hobbs, unable to do so. And now the Eagles trying to create a break off the missed opportunity for the Chiefs, but good defense is getting back and back skating to get control and force an offsides. Whereas Dorchester.
Hyde Park has 5 shots to 2 over Dorchester, aided of course by 3 of those shots on the power play.
3.5 minutes to go, first period action. Still no score between the Eagles of Hyde Park and the Chiefs of Dorchester here on ESPN HD in association with Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast. We'd like to thank our sponsors of tonight's presentation: Boston Mayor Martin J. Walsh, the Boston Bruins Foundation, P&G Gillette, the University of Massachusetts Boston, and of course Boston Parks and Recreation. Face-off won by the Eagles, dumped all the way in behind the net. Dorchester got there first, but overskated the puck. A chance for Hyde Park to set it up. There was 3 blue jerseys awaiting the entrance pass. Chiefs trying to break out, and they at least get it out of the zone, and we will actually get a whistle for offsides on the Eagles. Early on, Allen, Hyde Park, despite being the road team here, showing that they've got a lot of momentum at their backs. A lot of opportunities for the Eagles early, just haven't been able to cash in.
Yeah, they really have. They've looks like they're skating a little bit better than Dorchester right now at this moment. And unfortunately, they've had their breaks. They've had about 3 odd man rushes, couple 2-on-1s and a 3-on-0. Unfortunately, it was offside. But so far so good if you're Hyde Park.
Both goalies have played well early on, as Sullivan for the Eagles and George for the Chiefs have made a couple of great saves. Meanwhile, a great opportunity now coming all the way in an opportunity for Cerro with a shot from a tough angle, and a good denial made by George, who continues to position himself well to make those tough saves.
Yeah, once again, great passing by Hyde Park. Again, another odd man rush. Great defensive play, though, getting back to try to break up that shot, which he did. George made the save, and then there was a little extracurricular activities there after the whistle.
Face-off won by Hyde Park as Carty got it to the far side to Jacob McKenna. McKenna off his skates through the far side circle. Bad turnover there from a net mouth scramble as there was Noah Gilbraith to possess it. Back out to Dorchester. It comes near side circle, and siphoning this one to the far side boards to the red line was Hobbs. The Eagles, Thomas Temple on the blue line, trying to fight with a couple of Chiefs. Poked back out towards the blue line as Ryan Hobbs tries to backhand it deeper. He does get a chance in front for Stockholm shot, and another great save made by Sullivan, who then takes a whack at the leg of Raftery, who got close in on his crease, and Sullivan says no.
Oh, that's the best opportunity of the night for Dorchester. Great shot, great save there by the goaltender, Sullivan. Then again, the puck was kind of loose. He took a little whack, and of course the goaltender took a little whack back.
Stock won the faceoff to himself, took the shot, comes to the far side. Tough angle blast there, but another good save from Sullivan. And then more extracurriculars after, as we're going to get both players, I think, going to the sin bin. Stock took the whack at Sullivan, and having no part of that, taking umbrance was number 21, James Carty for Hyde Park. And it looks like it's going to be both players going to the sin bin.
You've seen it already in this game tonight that Dorchester and Hyde Park taking umbrage to poking the puck after the whistle, and they weren't going to make a penalty call there, but finally they bumped into each other, and ref said that's enough's enough.
And that's enough of the first period, as the Hyde Park Eagles performed admirably early on. Dorchester and Hyde Park, however, going into the second period with goose eggs, as both of these teams battle here in the first period of play. Want to thank our sponsors, as always, Parson Parks and Recreation, for putting this tournament together, Mayor Martin J. Walsh, the Boston Bruins Foundation, P&G Gillette, and the University of Massachusetts Boston. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, the second period of play between Hyde Park and Dorchester, and this the Pee Wee A Championship of the 2018 Mayor's Cup, brought to you by Boston Parks and Recreation, right here on ESPN HD in association with BNN and Comcast.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back here to ASPN HD in association with the Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast. John Skudras along with Alan Siegel. We are just about set for the second period of action between Dorchester and Hyde Park. And Alan, when you look back at the first, what is your general takeaway, and what do you anticipate the rest of the way?
Well, Hyde Park had the edge in shots 6-4. They also had a power play, went 0 for 1 on that. And they also had a couple of odd man rushes, couple 2-on-1s and a 3-on-0, what was for an offside. So if you're Dorchester, I think you just got to be a little bit smarter defensively, play your positioning a little bit better, and if you're Hyde Park, you just got to be a little bit more patient, and again, just try to get pucks to the net and create some traffic.
Face-off won by Hyde Park to begin the second period, poked forward by James Tucker. Team switch side, Hyde Park, of course, in their maroon and gold uniforms, moving left to right on your screen. Likewise for the Chiefs in their blue and reds, moving right to left. Good interception by Russell. Liam all the way and takes the shot, and he whistles that one wide on the far side post on a blast with the wrist of Liam Russell. Chiefs trying to break out, cannot, kept at the blue line. Chiefs have had a real trouble here breaking out of their own zone, and it's led to some odd man rushes the other way as Dacey, who had some trouble earlier on staying out of the sin bin, sends this one all the way in, sticked away there by Sullivan. Behind the net, Michael McElmoyle lifts that one around the forechecking defender for Dorchester. Backhanded and kept in by Dacey, but he lost possession on a poke check. Chiefs poke it deeper into the zone. Doing the honors there was Brendan Hobbs. And And now from the red line, motoring forward is Liam Russell. Russell over the blue line onside. Russell dekes around, trying to center it a little bit, but Dacey poke checked it towards the near side boards, and then sending that one right into the net mouth where Luke Stacey was waiting was Russell, but diving out aggressively was George. Good play.
Good play by George. You know, he saw the play, anticipated the pass, and took the dive and covered up the puck to prevent any trouble in front of him, because you never know what's going to happen when you shoot the puck towards the net or in front of the net.
Face-off to George's left, and then unaware that the face-off was being dropped, I think, was Carlson. Set up an easy win for Hyde Park. Spin shot there, and a wide-open man right in front. Great save from George. Rebound is loose. Another try as they whack away at it, but Hyde Park can't get it home. Has taken a few whacks there was the netminder George, but he was able to keep it out. Now the other way come the Chiefs. Almost a hook there is coming up over the blue line is Ronan Carlson. Behind the net now. He's only got a couple of teammates down there with him. He's harassed by a couple of Eagles. Eventually tumbles down to the ice. And this is going to be cleared now by Hyde Park as motoring forward 3-on-2 come the Eagles. Speeding past the defender, Caden Brown. A breakaway, he's hooked, and he is taken down. And we may get ourselves a penalty shot here. At the very least, we will have 2 minutes as the hook brought down the attacker. The save was made by George, but Hyde Park will go to a power play.
What a play by Brown coming in, number 11 coming in, using his speed to come around the defenseman, and great defensive play by, what is it, number 8, I think it is? Yeah, Tim Ryan. He had to hack him down because without it, it probably would have been a goal. So it was a good penalty. That's one of those good penalties there. But right now, Hyde Park goes on another power play, and they have the opportunity to really take the lead here.
James Carty, number 21, will take the face-off for the Eagles as the referee's trying to get everything situated. It'll be 5-on-4. Clock, of course, is running. And we are ready to rock and roll as the face-off was won, in fact, by Nolan Stock of the Chiefs. Tough angle shot was denied by George, and now this one over the stick of the defender, McElmoyle. And luckily for Hyde Park's McElmoyle, his defensive line mate Remus is back to help him out. Behind the net, Remus, aggressive forecheck, shorthanded here. It's coming all the way in as Ronan Carlson to the end line to defend.
Hyde Park's on a power play, but the clock doesn't show it, so I have no, and the clock keeps running, so I have no idea when this penalty's going to be up.
Well, last time they had the power play on the late hit, they let the man out of the penalty box even before the 2 minutes ran off. So right now, however, it is in fact a power play. It's 5-on-4. Here's Hyde Park coming in. Opportunity for Carty, but he got it poked away. Remus was out in the neutral zone, so they'll have to touch up in order to re-enter, and now they do as it's dumped all the way in by Gilbreth. Behind the net, sending it to the far side, deflected by Gilbreth. Carty can't settle it down, it's intercepted. Still 5-on-4 in favor of Hyde Park as the Eagles dump it in, but they were offsides, as with 8:48 to go, we will have a whistle and a fresh set of lines for both squads. As always, we want to remind you this is an ASPN HD production. ASPN, the home of the best HD coverage for youth and amateur athletics in the New England area. Producer, director, and founder Arlen Shostak. Go to aspnhd.com for information, past broadcasts, and of course more info on how to book ASPN HD for your future youth and amateur sports production. Along with Alan Siegel, I'm John Skudris. Right now we are in a stalemate, 0-0. It's 5-on-5. We are evened up, Alan, as after that whistle we saw the defender come on out here for Dorchester.
No shots on the power play for Hyde Park.
Intercepted at the red line by Hobbs, got it poked back towards his defensive zone. Tim Ryan was able to intercept it for Dorchester, at least get it into the attacking zone. Hobbs keeps it in as he pinches all the way into Hyde Park's defensive territory. Now behind the net, Sean O'Connell, number 10, fighting for it with Sean Ryan. And then Dacey is able to set it right in front of the net from a really tough angle behind the net. He somehow got that on goal. Impressive attempt there from Dacey. And that sets up a chance for the Chiefs for the first time in this period. Sending it backhand from behind the net towards Dacey, but Dacey never saw it coming on a beautiful feed out there from Ryan Hobbs. From the far side boards, poke check towards that zone by Russell, and then he stick lifts this one all the way to Tim Ryan at the blue line, but we have an offsides and a whistle coming with 7:05 to go.
Well, I said earlier, anything can happen when you shoot the puck on the net. It doesn't matter from where, and that's exactly what he did. From the back left corner of the rink, he took the shot it towards the net. It deflected out in front, hit a leg, and almost rebounded back in.
From the far side boards, swatted after the face-off win by the Eagles. The Chiefs able to regain possession, but quickly double-teamed and losing it there was Stock. That leads a rush the other way by Brown. Caden's shot from the far side circle is denied by George. And Charlie George has been a lot busier than Liam Sullivan here in the second period, but his positioning's been sound, and it remains 0-0 as we are about halfway through.
His positioning is sound, but you know, when you take a look at the shots that Hyde Park has taken, they're all from way outside. They're not really from down low and in deep. So.
And now here come the Chiefs out with an opportunity. Great defense as he had to go 1-on-2. Coming over to at least force the pass there was Remus. What a play as he is able to prevent the 2-on-1 break. Behind the net, sent in front there by number 63, Ronan Carlson. Kept in the attacking zone for the moment by Ryan, but instead here comes Hyde Park, tumbling down like a tree in the forest. There was Gilbreth, and that leaves a chance for Temple to bring it in. His shot deflected wide of the net. Tough angle blast blocked down in front by Jackson on the shot attempt coming from the near side by James Carty. From the far side at the blue line, kept in smartly by McElmoyle. He got hooked a bit, didn't like it. The Eagles, though, kept it in the zone until it did exit off the stick of number 11, Caden Brown, as Stock will dump it all the way in, no icing. 5.5 to go. Remus behind the net is able to evade Ronan Carlson as this one is sent and centered by Carlson, but no one was home for the Chiefs. Now a chance for a one-on-one the other way as leading the rush here is Caden Brown. Brown slams on the brakes, a chance in front as he had a cutter in front, that being Sean O'Connell. If he had passed it instead of shooting, he might have had a chance. 5 minutes left here in the second period. Allen is right now Hyde Park, close but no cigar. That is offsides on the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a great play there by number 11, Brown. He stopped, popped, but defensively, another great defensive play, and that's an offensive, was it offside or icing? Looks like an icing.
It's going to be offsides, I think, but it's going to be intentional offsides, they'll call. And so the faceoff will come all the way to the defensive zone for Hyde Park to the right of Sullivan. Faceoff won by the Chiefs, back to the point. Trying to keep that one in, and able to do so was George. And then dumped all the way in. That being Caden George, Charlie George, the netminder for these Chiefs, as we have another whistle and another offside. It's face-off coming to neutral ice to the near side, right above the NEHC logo here at Clark Athletic Center. It's Edward T. Barry Ice Rink. Face-off won by the Eagles, near side, right at the lip of the blue line, taken by the Chiefs. Hobbs, however, could not maintain possession. Gracia tried to whack at it, sent back towards McLaughlin. And Logan will siphon it out towards the Hyde Park half of the ice before it's dumped all the way back in. No icing. As Caden George, the first man there, sends it whistling around the near side corner boards. And then poke checked back into the attacking zone by Tom Temple. Near side corner, fighting for it is Carty. Sent that one with a backhand in front, gobbled up by George, who continues to be aware in his crease with 3:12 to go.
Yeah, George is a very active goaltender there. Earlier in the first period, he made a couple saves. Instead of just covering it up, he just let the puck go and said, hey, let's keep playing. I'll keep going here.
Ensuing face-off here, Liam Russell for Hyde Park. And Russell going up against Stock, and Stock is able to win the face-off, gets it to Carlson, and now a chance. Carlson's got Stock if he wants him, waited a little too long to pass it. He's able to overcome it, though. A backhand chance and a great save by Sullivan as Stock had an opportunity from point-blank range, denied by Hyde Park.
Best opportunity of the night for Dorchester, but what a save there by the goaltender Sullivan.
No doubt. It looked like the pass from Stock was going to come a little late. But a great recovery and an opportunity here, really one of the first and few of the second period for the Dorchester Chiefs. And now the other way, great poke check from Ryan, as that was going to be a breakaway for Tucker if Ryan had not gotten a piece of it. Now here come the Chiefs the other way. Pass was behind Dacey. And now coming back the other way off the interception. Motoring forward with speed to burn. Luke Stacy sends it through the net mouth, far side corner. James Tucker, the first man there, connecting with number 3, Liam Russell. Russell harassed, his backhanded pass intercepted. And now another chance for a break. That pass by Stock, however, much too much on it, as this comes all the way down and will be icing. Carlson couldn't catch up to it. And we will have icing with 100 seconds to go in the second period.
Great opportunity for Dorchester. That's the best one of the night for Dorchester. Of course, that was in close, in tight range, and what a great save there by Sullivan on that play.
Less than 90 seconds now as the face-off is won by the Eagles. A shot there, save made by George, and he had a little trouble with the rebound, taking a friendly whack at him being Caden Brown as well as Michael Rivas, but unable to get a piece of it as it's covered by George. Deja vu all over again with 60 seconds to go. Another face-off as Brown pokes it around Stock. Another good play from Caden. Back at the point, poke checked away from Temple. That leads a chance, 3-on-1 for the Chiefs. What a feed, far side. Carlson's got it all the way in. What a save, rebound. They do not score.
Hit the post.
What a save, what a play made. Is coming over was Caden Brown, the man who won the face-off less than 30 seconds ago to prevent a chance on a wide open net. Another chance on the shot from the point by Ryan is denied as that one blocked down in front. And Allen, that's the first real great play we've seen defensively by these Blue Liners.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play there. Coming in with a 3-on-1 break, got the shot away. And he made the save, and then, of course, the rebound. I thought he had the rebound was going right in. I really did. And for somehow he came across and it hit the post.
And that's icing.
What
on
a save.
Hyde Park. And with just 10 seconds to go on the running clock, that, for all intents and purposes, will do it for the second period of play. But what a way to end the second. We still don't have any goals, but a certainly eventful ending to that period as the final 60 seconds saw an outstanding play from the Chiefs to set up a chance, a great save from Sullivan, and then an outstanding effort by Caden Brown, who won the face-off just 30 seconds before, to race all the way back and make the play on the open net to prevent an opportunity for a goal. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we will have the exciting conclusion in the third period of this, the 2018 Mayor's Cup, the PWA Championship, right here on ESPN HD in association with Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to ASPN HD in association with the Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast, along with Alan Siegel. I am John Skudris. It's 0-0 here in the PWA Championship as we head to the third period. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Boston Parks and Recreation, Boston Mayor Martin J. Walsh, the Boston Bruins Foundation, PNG Gillette, and the University of Massachusetts, Boston. They have a power play up on the scoreboard, but no one's in the sin bin, so I think that's just a operator error. We will have 5-on-5 to begin the third period. Charlestown moving left to right. Likewise, Hyde Park right to left as the Eagles win the face-off. Siphoned all the way in on the net on a shot from James Carty. Denied by George.
4-4 in the shot department in that second period, but if this was a boxing match, 10-9 in the first round for Hyde Park, 10-9 in the second round for Dorchester. They had two glorious scoring opportunities in that second period. They just could not get it past the goaltender, Sullivan.
We'll see if the tide continues. If it does and no one can score, we are going to overtime. But certainly still plenty of time to determine that. 12 minutes and 20 seconds here on ESPN HD as this the 24th annual Mayor's Cup. Plenty of hockey action left to go in this Mayor's Cup. We've got another game here from Clark Athletics Center, the Bantam A Championship, and then Connie Forum will be the host for the remainder of the championships. As here's Raftery leading a 2-on-1 with Hobbs. A chance for the Chiefs to answer as Raftery's shot whistles wide to the far side post.
Great opportunity there, 2-on-1 break. Decided to use the defenseman as a screen, just shot it wide.
Caden George's shot from the point, well wide. On the far side as well, blocker side for Sullivan, who has made himself a couple of dandy saves today. And he's been bailed out by his teammates as well on a couple of opportunities, as both sides still looking for their first goal. As the Chiefs are unable to keep it in, as Caden George waits for his teammates to get back on side and then tried to send it deep. Instead, it's knocked down by Brendan Hobbs. Poke checked back towards Carlson. Caden siphons it forward for Ryan Hobbs, and Hobbs is on side, and along with Raftery, but it got poked away from him as he didn't know what to do with it. Now coming back the other way, the Eagles, as they fly over the red line. With possession motoring in, Liam Russell, his shot though deflected out of play, up into the netting with 10:50 to go.
Dorchester looks like they've got their legs under them a little bit, aided by that good second period, and now here in the third they had some offensive opportunities.
We are here from Clark Athletic Center's Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, the home of the University of Massachusetts Boston Beacons men's hockey team, who right now heads into the second half of their season ranked in the top 10 in the nation, with just one loss on their slate. Both of these teams, meanwhile, don't want to take the biggest loss of their season today. This one loss is all it takes to lose the Mayor's Cup championship, as coming on in with possession is Tucker. Tucker tried to dump it off towards Russell. Russell siphons it back to Tucker behind the net. Sends it right out in front, has a chance to connect there. Wide open chance, great save made by George on an open blast from Luke Stacy. Stacy fired that one from the net mouth in the slot and unable to get it by George, as he and Sullivan continue to prey on the opposing skaters. The aforementioned Tucker skates it over the blue line in. Tucker takes the shot wide of the net off the end boards.
Another great opportunity there by Hyde Park, and George, we might have to start calling him King George in net.
King George the first, perhaps, if they can win today. If not, it'll be the second. Here's the chance for Dacey, partially deflected and blocked by the defenders for the Eagles behind the net, as Stock came on over, sent in front by number 63, Ronan Carlson, but he could not get it around the trees, and this one's dumped all the way in. Who has the speed advantage? It's not going to be Caden Brown, the man who came all the way down at the end of the second period, as he is beat out to the puck on a good play from Stock. A couple of Chiefs collide at neutral territory, that being Dacey and Carlson, but it's offsides on the Eagles with 8:58 to go.
2-0 in shots here in the third period by Hyde Park. George standing tall in the net.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Still 0-0 between Hyde Park and Dorchester, and this the PWA championship of the 2018 Mayor's Cup. As they get a whistle off the save by George. Don't want to call him Boy George.
Well, you never know. He might have some karma chameleon going on there.
Right now, he's certainly full in the opposition, much like a chameleon does its predators, as with 8:15 to go, George and the Chiefs knotted at goose eggs with Sullivan and the Eagles. Here's a chance now. Great poke check defensively. What an effort made, as making the play, Michael Rimmis, as he is able to deny the opportunity. Excuse me, actually, Rimmis was the other blue liner. That was Thomas Temple, and he is golden in his own zone here for these Eagles.
Yeah, what a great poke check there to break up that offensive opportunity.
Now an opportunity for the Eagles the other way. Thomas Cerro leading the rush for Hyde Park, 2-on-2. Cerro deets around the defenders, that being George. An opportunity from a tough angle taken there, but unable to get it by George is the forward, that being Rimmis. And now here's Carlson all the way in. Carlson shot, ooh, that one evading the glove and the twine. Just missing near side post was Carlson. Hobbs keeps it in the zone. Back behind the net it comes. Ryan Hobbs now. Back to the point, but does not make its way all the way back to McLaughlin, and that'll allow an opportunity for a breakout as Hyde Park leads the way all the way into the zone. From the far side, here's Jake McKenna. McKenna Centered it to no one in particular. It's all blue jerseys. Intercepted by the Chiefs. Kept in the attacking zone by the Eagles, though. Good feed towards the net, as trying to connect with Cardi was Gilbreth, but it made its way all the way to George, who smartly covers with 6:35 to go. Once we get to the final 3 minutes of this one, it will be a stop clock at every whistle, with this game being tied here in the third period. Swatted at here off the face-off win by the Chiefs. They got to get it out of their zone. They cannot. Eagles keeping it in. Gilbreth tried to dump it back, and it gets around the defender, McElmoyle. Oh, and then Stock is able to deke around Remus. He's harassed from behind. Can he keep possession? No. Coming on over to help out was Dacey, but a good effort by the Eagles, who team up to flock around the Chiefs and force it all the way down. This is icing, however, on Hyde Park with less than 6 minutes to go in the third. Again, along with Alan Siegel, I'm John Scudras. This is an ASPN HD production in association with the Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast. The 2018 Mayor's Cup Tournament, brought to you by Boston Parks and Recreation, the Boston Bruins Foundation, P&G Gillette, University of Massachusetts Boston, and Mayor Martin J. Walsh. As there's a shot from a tough angle by Dacey, kicked away by the leg of the netminder Sullivan, and they're getting tripped up there and forcing a penalty was Hyde Park. Good effort made, as tumbling down like a tree in the forest was Luke Stacey, but he draws a minor penalty and a chance now for another power play.
Yeah, this is going to be the third power play opportunity for Hyde Park. That was the first shot on net by Dorchester in this third period, but this is a huge opportunity here in this game for Hyde Park. The third power play opportunity. They're 0 for 2 so far with only 3 shots on net. So, and with 4:50 left to go, and the clock is ticking, but the clock will stop with under 3 minutes left. So that might help them out as well.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Dorchester has yet to have a power play in this hockey game. Let's say that's kept in. That was close. Eagles are trying to take advantage, and they cannot as they turn it over. Here's the Chiefs shorthanded. Stock backhands it towards Dacey, gets around the defense, one-on-one. Lost possession momentarily, comes to the near side circle. Good effort coming over by Temple to poke it away from him, losing an edge all by his lonesome, and tumbling down there was Tucker. Eagles, however, able to move it forward. McLaughlin whiffs on the outlet pass. It's taken over and intercepted by Liam Russell. Russell slams on the brakes, turns it over. This one dumped out to center ice with 4 minutes to go. Chasing this one down is Thomas Temple, as Stock is on his heels. Nolan watching as Temple sends this one off the stick of his teammate Stacey. Stock intercepts it, coming all the way in, got it poked away. Good effort made on the play by James Tucker in his own zone. And now trying to take advantage with 3:45 left is Liam Russell. Russell into the attacking zone. He's got some help. Joyce with the backhand on the no look. Good effort, but George was alert and makes the save from his knees.
Well, on one end, Dorchester looked like they were going to get a golden scoring opportunity. Great defensive play. And then on the other end, they came back down and got a great backhanded play right there to potentially try to score.
Shot there off the face-off win by the Eagles by Cerro. Blocked down and cleared. 3:15 left regulation time. Still no score here in the Pee Wee A Championship of the 24th Annual Mayor's Cup. The Eagles get it into the attacking zone. It's tumbling down after poking it deep was Brown. Caden trying to fight for possession. He's got it from Carlson. Blocked down, an opportunity. Shot deflected in front of him. The Eagles want a goal called. They say no.
The ref blew the whistle. It looked like it was stopped. Hyde Park very upset. Looked like the puck went in. Of course, the only person that has the know-how is ourselves. We got the video.
Yeah, well,
but we can't see it.
When we put this to production, certainly be able to take a look at that on replay. That was close as the Eagles almost broke the ice. No pun intended, with 2:45 to go here in the third period of play. 0-0 still. Next goal critical as the Eagles no longer on the power play, but we see a man down for Dorchester in the corner. And as they get a closer look, I think that's Ronan Carlson, who is down in a heap as officials come over to discuss things and check on him. He looks relatively okay. May have just gotten a stick into a place that nobody wants to get a stick, as judging from where he's favored himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's. Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but You know, I don't know if he slid into the boards and something happened in between.
Well, we've all been there.
Oh, yeah, we've been there all right.
As we have 160 seconds remaining, and the clock is, of course, stopped. We now are less than 3 minutes left in regulation in a tie game, and so the clock settings will be more of a regulation setting, as here are the Chiefs trying to take advantage of the injury timeout, but overskating it there was Hobbs. That's been a trend today for these forwards. Stock could not keep possession over the blue line, as here's McElmoyle coming all the way in and dumping it down deep. Behind the net, Brendan Hobbs lost possession, centering it in front from the slot. A chance for a blast from McElmoyle, and that one deflected and knocked down in front. Rebound is loose. George dives to the crease and makes the save as he jumps down right in front of Thomas Cerro and prevents the chance for these Eagles late in the third period.
Well, first and foremost, what a pass behind the net, right back to the point. They took the wrist shot, and you never know what's going to happen. The puck bounced around in front of the net. Great play by George to find the puck and dive on it and kill the play, because that was very, very dangerous and a great opportunity for Hyde Park.
Dorchester only had 4 players on the ice. Now Carlson, Ronan will head out to join them. It'll be Ronan Carlson against James Carney. Critical face-off won by Carney, as the Eagles continue to tip the ice into the Dorchester half, but they lose possession. Dacey's able to at least get it out to neutral ice, and now with a little help from Carlson, he's up over the blue line himself. He was all alone, however, 1-on-4. He dumped it back behind the net with 110 seconds to go. Kept in by Jackson. Swatting at it, Pat Jackson, but he could not keep possession. Coming back the other way, Cardi. He's got wheels. He fires it high over the crossbar, and the outstretched grasp of George. Behind the net it comes with possession, Gilbreth. Noah backhanded in front, knocked down and taken in now by Dacey. As Brendan Dacey, who's been out on the ice a lot, and for good reason, he's got an opportunity with a man near side, and that one was a knuckler that gave the netminder Sullivan fits. He might not have seen it, but it didn't tickle Twine. Now here's Cardi the other way, as we've got a track meet that's broken out. What a dig, Cardi's in! What a save with the waffle board, as George denies Cardi at point-blank range to keep it tied.
Oh, what a rush by Cardi, walking through, slipping through the cracks, and getting a great offensive scoring opportunity, but King George coming up big.
52 seconds to go, keeping it in there, the Eagles. Trying to send it deeper was O'Connell. Sean, however, got his stick lifted, and a turnover here as Hobbs gets possession at the red line. 40 seconds to go. Hobbs dumps it in around the stick of Stacy. Back there is Remus to get there first. Swats it, knocked down by Carlson on the end boards into the far side corner. Carlson swatted around. He's going to get some help there. As coming down is Patrick Jackson. Centers it in front, but as usual, these Hyde Park defenders finding the passing lanes and pinching off the opportunities, and Dorchester's had trouble centering it into the slot all night. 18 seconds to go here in the third period, separating us from sudden death overtime here in the Pee Wee Championship. That one almost made its way out of play and into the crowd. Instead, Hobbs has possession with 8 seconds to go. Trying to find somebody open and unable to do so was Stock. With 3 seconds to go, the Eagles have possession, and we are heading to overtime here in the 2018 Mayor's Cup Pee Wee A Championship, as the Hyde Park Eagles flying across the ice but unable to solve King Charlie George, as the Dorchester Chiefs and the Hyde Park Eagles knotted up at goose eggs heading into the overtime period. We'll stay right here with you. Of course, thank our sponsors, Marty Walsh, the Boston Bruins Foundation, University of Massachusetts Boston, PNG Gillette, and Boston Parks and Recreation. Alan, what a hockey game it was. 39 minutes played, and we need potentially 5 more to get a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Hyde Park really took control of that third period. They outshot Dorchester 8-1 by my count, and I'll tell you, King George, or Charlie George in that, I'm calling him King George because he really has stood on his head tonight, and he has kept Dorchester in this hockey game. And of course, down the other end, right with about 4 seconds left, you had 3 Hyde Park players colliding with each other, and it was a great defensive play by Luke Stacy to thwart the centering pass because otherwise he had 63 Carlson in front there, wide open. But we're going to 5-minute overtime, and the next goal wins.
Yes, it does. If no one scores in 5 minutes, we'll have a shootout to determine the champion of the PWA in the Mayor's Cup tournament in 2018. Brought to you by Boston Parks and Recreation right here on ESPN HD in association with Comcast and Boston Neighborhood Network. 4:55 to go on the face-off one and dumped all the way in by the Chiefs. Who will have the championship shot on their stick? We'll find out in the next 5 minutes. And if we don't,
well, the net's
somebody
off
will in the
scoring
shootout.
behind the net there. I mean, behind the play.
Interesting. They're going to say what they say. If they say that Hyde Park knocked it off, then it'll stay in the zone, and that's what they're going to say. They're going to keep the face-off in the attacking zone for the Chiefs.
Big break for Dorchester. Of course, it's interesting here in overtime. The clock continues to run.
Yes, it does. Running overtime clock. That's kind of interesting. Nonetheless, the game will be won, whether it's here or in the shootout. Face-off is won by the Chiefs. Hyde Park trying to break out, smartly just getting it out of harm's way and poking it over towards the red line was Brown. Caden's made a lot of great plays today, as that is offsides on the Eagles. Face-off coming here with 4 minutes to go, as both teams will get fresh legs out there. Face-off coming just outside Dorchester's zone. We'll see who takes it. It's going to be Carty for the Eagles and Stock for the Chiefs. Won by Stock and Dorchester. Dumped all the way in by Temple for the Eagles rather, as broken out here and into neutral ice. And then unable to keep possession on his stick was Hobbs. And the Eagles force a turnover. Here's McKenna comes in. Jake McKenna's shot saved by George. Lost sight of it. They score! Fly, Eagles fly! Hyde Park is the PWA champion of the 2018 Mayor's Cup Hockey Tournament as they win it 1-0 in overtime over the Dorchester Chiefs.
Oh, what a play. They intercepted the puck at the blue line. He walked in all alone, got a great shot away. George made a fantastic save, but he lost sight of the rebound, and before he could dive on it, Johnny on the spot, I didn't see who scored it, but he was right there, and he slipped it underneath George to give Hyde Park the championship. Wow, what a game.
What a game is right. The Eagles of Hyde Park. At times in this game, it seemed like they had it in their control and were just unable to get the goal past Charlie George. And fittingly, King George, as you anointed him today, Alan, made an outstanding save at first on the break, but the rebound was left wide open, and the door to a championship slammed shut by Hyde Park, as they are the winners 1-0 in overtime, as they will do the ceremonial handshake here after this victory for this Hyde Park Eagles team.
You know, and I will say, too, George made that great save, but the defense for Dorchester was nowhere to be found. There was one guy back, and obviously he couldn't get back in time to pick up the puck or the man in front, which enabled Hyde Park to slip the puck in and get the victory.
I believe it was James Carty who scored the goal, number 21. If we're incorrect on that, I apologize. Nonetheless, the Mayor's Cup championship of the PWA level, the Hyde Park Eagles, a total team effort from top to bottom as they overcome the odds, coming to Dorchester, or right next door to Dorchester here at UMass Boston, and getting a victory over the Dorchester Chiefs. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with a bow right here on ESPN HD in association with the Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch!
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to ASPN HD in association with Boston Neighborhood Network and Comcast. John Scooters with Alan Siegel post-game of the Pee Wee A Championship of the 24th Annual Mayor's Cup. And Alan, that game certainly lived up to its billing as a championship. 0-0 going overtime until James Carty gets the job done on a rebound on a breakaway effort as he gets it past Charlie George to win it for Hyde Park. Overall, Hyde Park really maintained their excellence throughout the course of the game, but Charlestown gave them a heck of a ride, and in the end, it was just too much for Dorchester to handle.
Yeah, absolutely it was. Hyde Park outshot Dorchester 20-9 throughout the game. They had three power plays to none for Dorchester. They were all over them. The only thing that kept the game scoreless was the goaltender, King George, and he was fantastic all night long. Hyde Park had some glorious scoring opportunities, and in fact, the game-winning goal was just no fault of George at all, because he made the save. They intercepted the puck at the blue line. He came in, made the great save. There was a loose rebound there, and he just couldn't dive on the puck to cover it up. And Carty had the game-winning goal, and what a game, though. But if it wasn't for George, this game could have been easily 6-7-0.
Absolutely. Sullivan played great as well. Liam Sullivan, the netminder for Hyde Park. Of course, the game-winning goal scored by Carty, and Charlie George outstanding. If we had 3 stars, those would probably be our 3 stars of this Pee Wee A championship game. So Hyde Park wins it 1-0. They are the Pee Wee A champions of the 2018 Mayor's Cup here from University of Massachusetts, Boston. Before we do sign off here on ASPN HD, as always, we do want to thank our sponsors of this tournament and production: Boston Mayor Martin J. Walsh, the Boston Bruins Foundation, PNG Gillette, the University of Massachusetts Boston, and of course, Boston Parks and Recreation for helping to put this and many other events for youths together and helping to continue to propel what has been an outstanding tournament now in its 24th campaign. Until next time, good night, good luck, and good hockey. For Alan Siegel, I'm John Skudras. This has been a presentation of ASPN HD in association with Comcast and the Boston Neighborhood Network. Good night, and have a great hockey season.